Depression is, in what sense? Constipated energy. DP is constipated energy. Now what I mean by this is, understand that you are a human being, but even as much as you are physical, you have energy running through and out of you. In, out. So you're basically a channel for energy. And the moment energy is coming in through you and it has no way of coming out, it becomes stagnant. And just like water in a sewage, it will stink. Energy is real. So the reason you are depressed, the reason you have no will to live, the reason you have no sense of purpose, the reason you constantly struggle to even do the most basic things, such as like showering, brushing your teeth, is because energetically you are stagnant. You have constipated energy. Now, there's a lot of factors that go into having depression. I'm not saying this is a one-size-fits-all advice, but I'm just saying it could help you. Because the problem with depression is this. A lot of times people struggle with depression, and the first thing that comes to mind is therapy. Yeah? I need to go to therapy. So you go to therapy. You go to therapy, you get a bit of therapy, you're therapeuted, you get very therapeutic, you think you've healed. Maybe sometimes you're given some meds. Then you come out, 3 months later, you're depressed again. Same method. You go to a therapist, you do this one-to-one. So it's constantly, it's like a cycle. You're healed, you're depressed. You're healed, you're depressed. It's because you're taking a physical approach and sometimes a mental approach, but you've not taken the energetic approach. Understand that as a human being, your life source is expression. Not everyone is creative, but everyone can do something. That is why some people are entrepreneurs. That is why some people are teachers. That is why some people are musicians. In whatever field anyone is, they are doing something. They are creating, they are teaching, they are changing, they are impacting. And in that action, energy passes through and out of them. So in a way, they are constantly refilling themselves energetically. The moment you are depressed, you become stagnant, because understand that flow is essential to living. Flow is essential to living. As living things, we move, we run, we are constantly in momentum. So depression is not just physical stagnation, it's also mental, spiritual, psychological, and physical stagnation. You're not moving your body, you're gaining weight. You're not exercising your mind, you're getting sad. You're not working on yourself spiritually, you feel depressed. Depression is not just a physical symptom, it is actually spiritual and energetic. So the way to go about with depression is to first focus on your energy. Go back to the days when you were happy. What did you used to do? Maybe you used to draw, maybe you used to sing, maybe you used to eat. I personally find joy in eating. I don't know about, but I personally find joy in eating food. Yeah? Go back to anything in the past before you were depressed that used to make you happy, and ask yourself, at what single point did I stop doing this? Because if you trace your depression, it started at the point you stopped doing what you loved. This is something that a lot of businessmen face, something that a lot of creators and entrepreneurs face, because when they started, they had passion, they had purpose. But along the way, it died for the cause of feedback, and they ended up becoming depressed. That is why people start businesses and they close them, even as much as they are lucrative and they're giving money. That is why people start teaching and they stop. That is why people start content creation and they stop. It is because along the way, the moment feedback becomes important it becomes more important than purpose, you automatically become stagnated. You no longer have happiness in your life. And that is when you become depressed. Depression can be healed very fast. It can be healed very fast by doing the simplest things. By getting up and going and drawing. By getting up and going to the loo. By getting up and brushing your teeth. No one will tell you this, but it is the truth. By getting up and doing something, because your body needs proof that you have reason to live. You're constantly sitting down, feeling bad about yourself, having pity parties, constantly feeling like your life has no purpose, because physically you are also not moving. Where there is no momentum, there is no growth. Where there is no growth, there is only decay. When growth stops, decay starts. That is how depression operates. It's an energy. So in order to cure depression, you have to start moving. Gain momentum both physically, mentally, and spiritually. In this way, you will not find yourself stagnant. Depression is largely constipated energy. Now, I don't know what anyone else has to say about this, but this is my personal take. Let me know in the comments about how you feel about this.